like train people properly. And then I got here and I was like, wow, I know nothing.
Yeah. Okay. Did you learn that pretty quickly?
Yeah.
Okay. Who was here? Did you ever work with Eli?
No, but I've met Eli.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's in Australia right now. Very cool. So, what was the hierarchy here? CDC?
So Sean, exec.
Okay.
When I started, Max was the CDC here.
Okay.
And then sous chefs were, Nick Tamburo.
Okay.
Mark.
Yeah.
Ordaz.
So just a really stacked kitchen. A lot of talent.
Lots of talent.
Got you.
Lots of longevity.
Tenured, right? Yeah, tenured people. And how did you fare coming in?
I don't think I heard my own voice here for like 3 months, the first 3 months.
Okay. You just put your head down, just get to work?
Yeah.
What station you work?
Komi.
Okay.
So AM shifts.
What time you getting out?
We used to do
8 p.m.?
What were we? It was like our scheduled time was like 8 to 8.
Yeah. But you were in 6 to 8.
The guy that was training me as a komi, the senior komi, he had the keys to the restaurant. So we used to come in at like 6.
And crush it.
Yeah, and get like family meal going, like do all our prep. Like our goal every day was to leave with family meal. It happened once.
For sure, it always does.
But then there's here's all this like veg from the market we got.
Yeah.
Clean it.
Yeah, right.
I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Just like cleaning radishes, dirty ass radishes for like hours.
God, I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Well, you got to switch out the water 8 times and they're still dirty and you're like,
fuck, there's so much
sand. Yeah. And then there's one guy that gets a piece of sand on his radish and then it's like all over after that. Mm-hmm. Okay. So how long were you komi?
I don't know the actual answer to that.
Okay.
I think maybe like 4 months.
Okay. So pretty quick.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And then you got on to, did they do lunch here?
Yeah. They did at the time.
Okay.
But it was one team when I first started, so.
One team did lunch and dinner.
Yeah.
You just worked,
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. What was your first station off of Komi?
Crudo.
Oh, Crudo. Okay, got you. And when you say Crudo, obviously raw, are you, say, butchering your own fish, or is there a butcher?
Yeah, butchering our own fish. There's no butcher here. All the cooks do.
So it's just, do you do your own mise en place?
Yeah, you do everything.
Very cool. That's I guess now it's old school. You know what I mean?
Guess so.
Because nowadays it's like everybody's got a butcher, everybody's got a charcuterie guy or whatever. It's like back in the day you were like doing everything. I guess you guys are still doing it. That's right. So you're on Crudo, and then are you just moving up, boom, 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 as the time goes on? Or you stay on one station for a long time?
I only worked... Yeah, I was on Crudo for probably the longest, like maybe a year, and then I did like a short stint on meat roast. And then we shuffled around, and then I was back on Crudo.
Okay.
The way that this kitchen used to work, it was just like... the mentality was not everyone has to be good at everything.
Heard.
So just optimize like everyone's strengths rather than trying to teach everyone everything.
Okay.
So like if you were good on Crudo and you could help like with the menu process or like tweaking dishes,
expand
and, like,
the station.
Yeah, like you can strengthen that station.
Got you.
Why take that away from you?
To put you on meat roast and then you go down.
From the restaurant. If like you're not meant to cook meat,
Yeah,
like,
I get it.
If you don't have to feel for meat, like you don't have to feel for meat.
Exactly.
And it's not. And the way that like this, I don't know. Like at least at like other restaurants, when you're on meat roast, right? It's almost like an equation. Mm-hmm. Like okay, so like pull the lamb out, put it in the pan, like sear it, put it in the oven, set timer 2 minutes, whatever. And there's always like this minute mark.
Yeah.
At other restaurants, here it's like it's on the grill, so you can't really time how you're grilling.
You can't.
Like it needs to be.
It's a feeling.
99% feel. Mm-hmm. And so if you don't have that feeling, like if you don't have that like abstract understanding of cooking, it's kind of hard to.
Yeah.
I think that's more innate than like being able to teach.
I get what you're saying.
But yeah.
Because I feel like once I started cooking meat on a grill at a high level, I was like, well, I'm kind of good at this. Obviously, you fumble a lot.
Yeah,
like
100%.
fumble so much. But when you get it, you're just like, okay. Mm-hmm. Like I can go anywhere in the world and cook any piece of meat on any flame and make it amazing.
Like, I can just feel it.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like you're almost like, I put myself inside the meat. Like I'm in the middle of the loin and I'm like, okay, I'm rare. I'm rare. And I'm like trying to push out. I was talking to Tyler, my buddy from Truffle Shuffle, and he was saying that he has this theory that you're either a fish cook or a meat cook. And he's like, everybody kind of falls into that category. Because I could plate things nicely, but I'm not like a garde-manger guy. Like I just don't fare well in that situation. But I also don't like cold weather, so maybe that's why. Who knows? So you keep going at Co, and are you facing management at the time? Are you like kind of looking over the horizon, like maybe I need to leave for a while?
I think maybe like a year and a half in here, I took the summer off to do a grant program through Mentor BKB.
Was that acceptable? That you were going to do that? Or were they like,
it was
Esther?
It was a whole conversation.
Okay.
I was just basically like, I would love to do this grant. It's going to take me here and here. I promise I'll come back.
Yeah.
And the whole thing with the grant program, the fine line in it was, or the fine print in it was that you had to come back to your home restaurant. So the whole point of the grant was to like explore beyond, like what you're comfortable with and what you want to learn, and then bring that back to your home restaurant and like apply what you've learned.
Understood.
So
so they were like, we kind of win there, so yeah.
Yeah, so Sean signed off on it, and then we kind of had talked about me coming back as a sous chef when I came back from the grant. So
yeah.
we were like, okay, like let's do this.
Were you ready for that?
I don't know. I don't think anyone's ever ready really to be a sous chef.
No.
I don't know. I think that's...
Especially in the same kitchen that you cooked with people in.
Yeah, that was a really big learning curve for me. Trying to manage my friends.
Yeah.
Like at that point that like we were going out and like after service and like staying out till 4 a.m. and doing all the debauchery. And then trying to come in the next day and manage them.
Yeah. It's like, were you on top of the bar yesterday screaming? And it's like, now you're going to tell me that I'm doing this wrong?
Yeah, that's fair.
No, I get it.
Yeah.
After a while, then you stop hanging out with them.
Yeah.
You know, that's like the progression. And then in the kitchen, it's like you're nice, then you're really mean, and then you even out.
Yeah.
That seems to be the steps. How long did it take you to really hit your stride as sous chef?
I think it was like 6 months in.
Yeah. To like finally get the respect of everybody.
Yeah, and it's like any other restaurant. We've always had cooks here who are tenured and do their time, and then we've always had like a revolving door for the other half. And so when like, let's say like my friends at the time, they were like ready to leave, we had this new wave in that like I could actually like start to like mentor or like try to teach.
Yeah.
Just worked out.
Very cool. After that 6 months and you're hitting your stride, is there any sort of like plan for the sous chefs here? Like, are you sous chef of cold side and then sous chef of hot side, or you just kind of manage everything?
The way that it ran at that time, so we have the main dining room here, and then there's the bar space next door.
Gotcha.
So they run as very
succinct,
like independent of each other.
Okay.
Yeah. The bar room has always been an a la carte menu. There are like staples there that'll stay.
So are you doing ordering for Co and then they're doing ordering for the bar, or is it all the same?
No,
ordering?
So the ordering is done by one person. So like so the way the sous chef system worked at the time was AM Sous would do all the ordering.
Okay.
The AM Sous prep team was split, so there was a bar commis and then like 2 MDR commis.
Understood.
And then there was a sous chef in the bar and then a sous chef in the main dining room that would run service. Got you. Okay, that's fucking. So about 3 of you?
Yeah. 3 sous?
3.
Okay, got you. That's a lot of. Are you in meetings talking about menu, or is it like just this is the dish, this is what you're doing, this is what you have to teach them?
We would have. It's like the menu development here is a little different. It takes a long time to put things on. It needs like a purpose, a bigger story. It can't. Yeah, it's not like, oh, like this tastes good, let's just put it on.
Yeah.
So we'd have like weekly meetings and touch base with all the like back of house management, and then we would split off and just go.
Gotcha. Okay, understood. And how long was your sous chef reign?
A year. A year?
A year. Okay.
A year and a half.
Then
maybe just over a year.
Okay. And then what happened after that?
And then, and then I became CDC here.
How was that a surprise for you, or?
Yeah, it was a surprise.
Yeah.
I'd actually given notice, right beforehand.
Yeah.
I was gonna go off and do something else.
Yes.
And we just had some staffing situations happen here, and the position was offered, and I couldn't refuse.
You can't turn it down. Yeah. Where were you gonna go if it wasn't here?
I was gonna go and try to do the Bocuse store.
Okay.
And try to get my foot in the door.
Compete in
that system, in that environment somehow.
Yeah. Very cool.
Yeah.
And when you got into the CDC role, who did you take that from? Or who
James
stepped out?
Perry was the last CDC.
Got you.
At the
so
time.
You took that from him, and was that a whole nother learning curve, or was it sort of similar to what you were doing as a sous?
I'd say that's a different learning curve.
Yeah.
Because then you have to manage the
managers.
sous. Yeah, which is a different beast.
Yeah.
Especially when most of the sous chefs had been here longer than I had.
Got you. Was there any I wish I had that spot, or was there anybody gunning for that?
Yeah. I think probably by one person. But, I mean, it is what it is.
So was it pretty? Yeah, of course, 100%. The right person always gets the job, like no matter how you feel about it. I had the same situation.
Yeah.
So you're CDC, right? And this must be amazing for your parents, right? You call them and you're like, I'm CDC of Co. Like. Yeah.
Well, so my parents were like, what does that mean? CDC. CDC isn't a term that like anyone outside of the industry knows,
right?
Like people know line cook.
Yeah.
Sous chef. They know sous chef.
Yeah, under chef. Well, my mom asked me to clarify. She's like, what is sous chef? I don't know what that is. Tell me what it is. Under chef.
Yeah.
The underboss. So CDC, chef de cuisine.
Right, which means you just cook.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But that's false. Right, you deal with financials, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Are you in like quarterly financial meetings with the company, or not really? You some more like
now I am.
Now
so
you're sort of learning that.
Yeah. Well, so Sean left back in May. So
yeah.
I'm now the exec here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Understood. Oh, fucking congratulations! Hell yeah. Now, obviously, you just got this, right? So you're going to be here for a while, right? Is there any like long-term goal that you've always wanted to do? Somewhere?
With the restaurant?
Yeah, like.
Yeah.
Do you want to open your own? Do you want to?
I actually don't have an answer to the latter question. I have this like retirement dream.
Yeah. What is that?
To have like a 12-seat diner.
Okay.
Like just me behind the line.
Yeah.
As like a 50, 60-year-old lady. Just like making pancakes.
Very cool.
And like cooking whatever I want to cook on a griddle.
Yeah. Dude, that's a great plan.
But that's just like, I don't know, like La La Land dreaming.
Yeah.
But yeah, in terms of this restaurant, I mean, Sean's DNA is so embedded in this place. And I worked with Sean my entire time here that like, I think I would just like to take it to that point that we knew that it could be at.
Yeah.
Like it's fine dining. I mean, you're going to eat here later.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for you to have the menu. But
yeah, it's going to be dope.
It's like, it's technically fine dining, but I don't think the food necessarily eats like fine. Like the atmosphere and like the energy isn't necessarily what you think of fine dining as.
Yeah.
Which I think is super cool.
Yeah. Well, I think nowadays we're redefining what fine dining